All right, I want to bring the council meeting for Tuesday, March 9th, 2021, to order at 7:04 p.m. We will stand or sit for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible, with
liberty
and
and
justice.
justice for all. All right. So I'm suspecting in a few months here, we're going to be able to go back to having regular council meetings. So we'll see though. I've done the pledge. Roll call. Mr. Antel,
present.
Mr. Bartko,
Here.
Mrs. Miller, didn't come on, absent. Mrs. Davis, absent, has an excused absence. Mr. Fenn
Yes, present.
and Mr. Polyak has his absence as an excused absence. Okay. Move on to approval of tonight's agenda as it is presented to this council. So I need a motion to adopt the agenda as presented to council.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Antel. Do we have a second?
And
I'll
I'll
second.
second it.
Oh,
Okay. What I
Bob was
I don't
second.
know. Bob was second.
Bob was
Okay.
second, yeah.
All right.
Mr. Antel,
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Bartko, and Mr. Fenn.
Yes,
Okay. I'm looking here. We have 2 attendees. No one has indicated that they want to speak this evening that I see. And as I looked at the attendee list, I know that somebody's been on before, so you're both aware of the fact of you need to go to the chat room in order to come on board in that. And I see no one there doing that. So we will move ahead from open forum to the approval of minutes. And I guess we don't have enough people to even do that.
no,
So we're going to have to do that at the next council meeting. And that's the minutes from February 9th and February 23rd, which both of, or everyone here should have received. All right. We'll go on to the ordinance for the evening, which presently is a second reading. And I will read the ordinance. It is an ordinance amending codified ordinance section 961.01 titled Rules and Regulations and declaring an emergency. So we can move this to a third reading.
mhm.
And just because the title doesn't really speak to what the subject is, this is updating rules and regulations of our park. So we needed to go through, and with COVID and that, we needed to change and update some rules in that. So that's a third reading that will come on the March 23rd agenda. All right, next we have a resolution 2021-3-13. A resolution on a renewal tax levy exceeding the 10 mil limitation for the general construction, reconstruction, resurfacing, and repair of streets, road, and bridges for the village required under section 5705.19G of the Ohio Revised Code. So this is the first reading that is going to go to second reading. And that means we can read it next time and pass it, or it can go to third reading. All right, so we have those. You only had an ordinance and a resolution. On the mayor's report, I wanted to report that we did have a Brandywine Road Phase 1 pre-construction meeting today. And the contractor, which is Parent Asphalt, will begin the project next week, hopefully, if weather permits, on Tuesday, the 16th. I think we've talked before about the electric aggregation. I do have the letter here that will be going out, I believe, Betty, next week, right? The week of the St. Patrick's Day, I think. Forgot. Okay, that's all right. Anyway, so, and I'm putting something in the newsletter, which is getting ready to go out too, and will probably go out either later this week or next week. And finally, I just wanted to point out to you, those of you that get the cities and villages, there's an article in there from Ken Scarrett, the executive director, that the OML encourages municipalities to become a Purple Heart city. Well, let me just read it. It says, becoming a Purple Heart city is a simple way for a municipality to proclaim its recognition and gratitude to the veterans in their local communities. This designation also serves to remind communities that freedom is not free. This is very appropriate coming before Memorial Day, which we plan on having that service in May. So it says, across Ohio, there are 99 cities, villages, counties, businesses, schools, and universities, as well as bridges and interstates that have all become part of the Purple Heart Trail in order to honor the service of those wounded in action. So I just wanted to point out to you that on May 9th of 2018, Boston Heights became the Purple Heart Village. So we're one of that counted group of 99 different entities in the state of Ohio that already has that designation. So just thought it might be something you're interested in. I will move on now. If there are no questions, are there any questions for me? No? All right. Fiscal officer report.
The books are closed for 2020. They're open for 2021 as well. And that's about it. Everything is stable. All the reports are done. We've also submitted to the Ohio checkbook. Whether it's up and running yet, I don't know that because I didn't check today, but everything is done.
Okay. Betty, do you want to go ahead and announce that we have a new employee?
Well, we have a part-time employee. Her name is Jessica. And she's valid. Now, I knew I'd get this wrong. She's a Greek name. I can't pronounce it right now. Jessica is getting her master's degree. She will have it the first part of May. She's working 3 days a week. She's our master's in political science, and she is learning political science from the bottom up here. And this will be a big help in her career, I hope. And she's hoping that she can, she graduates and she'll be here for a while until she finds a better job.
Yes, I'm going to not say it correctly either. I believe it's Vassilides.
Vassilides.
Vassilides, okay. And she is working with Matt Akers, who's head of the Bliss Institute. Ray Bliss was a political person in Akron years ago, and the University of Akron has the Bliss Institute, so she's very knowledgeable in that, in political science. We will look at that and see if she's, if she wants to stay with us a while. We had kind of asked her that if she would be willing to give us at least so many years in that, and we'll see how that goes. I just wanted to let you know that we have a new part-time person.
She's working with Natalie as well. We're sharing her, and that's good experience for her. And Chad will be taking her out into the community tomorrow and show her around. And pretty much that's it. We're pretty caught up to date on that.
Okay. All right. Committee reports. I don't know if we should bother with those. Is there anything that
Nothing.
There's nothing to
anybody has
add.
that's a pressing report? No? Okay. Do we have anything from the engineer, though? I know he had a report someplace here. in your?
Yeah, really just, I guess, only other thing to add, we should, March 18th, OPWC committee meets to discuss overall rankings for District 8 for Summit County. So hopefully soon after March 18th, we'll have our official results of Brandywine phases 2 and 3 and where we fall.
And I believe that thanks to encouragement from my staff, I have been appointed to that committee, so I will be sitting on that board. Anyway, going forward, and that's a very useful thing for all the communities to have, knowledgeable people on those to work on that. So, any old business? Any new business? Okay, and just a reminder from Betty, no meeting on December 7th, 2021. The council and the finance meeting is going to be on December 14th, 2021. Organizational meeting remains on January 4th of 2022. And that's why we sort of moved that around like that, because if we'd gone later in the month of December, it would be less than a week away to the organizational meeting, because that January 4th is the first Tuesday. I know of no need for a executive session, and I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Antel. Do we have a second?
Well, second.
Okay, Mr. Fenn. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All those opposed, same sign. So we stand adjourned at 7:15. So that's probably pretty
A
close to a
record.
new record. But
That's a record.
as I said, we really couldn't pass any legislation with the number of folks that we have here tonight. Anyway, well, thank you for all joining us.
Welcome.
And we had just 2 attendees. And thank you also for joining us. As I said, going by the governor's different news releases and that, it seems like it'll be June or July before we probably go to able to have more people than 10 in a room. And once we can do that, then we can hold the council meetings and have room for audience to come. Because
Sounds
basically when we do it 6 council, Betty and I, the engineer and the solicitor, we don't have any room for audience. So we'll see how that goes. And as long as the state keeps moving forward, I think we'll be fine with that. So I'm getting a dinging and it's, oh, okay, from Janet Miller. Sorry, I missed the meeting, feeling a bit unwell. So anyway, she did get my call, I guess, or she saw that I called. So anyway, we're adjourned at 7:15. Thank you all for coming
See you,
tonight to the
everyone.
meeting.
Yep.
And we'll see you then.